Welcome back, Wolfpack Verlis here, and let's kick off Fan Fridays with a battle from Michael. This one looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. Meowstic Hydreigon, and then there's also Pachirisu and a Kang on the opponent's team. So this is just going to be kind of ridiculous. A Klefki Pachirisu open from the opponent into a Meowstic Hydreigon open for the ally. Yeah, like this could go anywhere. So Quick Guard is going to come in. That's going to protect from potential Klefki status. And Pachirisu is going to protect. We know it can eat a Draco Meteor pretty well, so maybe a decent call. And Klefki going for the substitute. So a Klefki set that we're not used to seeing too much in doubles. And Hydreigon going for the Focus Energy. Oh, I think I know what this means. Focus Energy is going to go +2. Might be holding a Razor Claw or an item that improves the chance to crit, which means that through the Meowstic support, it's going to be able to crit every time on the Dragon or the Draco Meteor, which means, you know, it's kind of over from there. So Quick Guard is going to protect from the Swagger. Actually, Heat Wave is going to come across. So that's going to try to double crit on both opponents, I guess. There's a crit. Klefki's sub is going to fade, and there's the Pachirisu as well. So yeah, that means that like Draco Meteor isn't going to be harmful at all, and you're going to be getting a lot of damage cross. So Meowstic, there's the snatch right there, awesome move. Klefki is going to try to sub, but Meowstic snatches it instead. Really great prediction call right there. And then there's going to be a Heat Wave onto Pachirisu and Klefki. Now the only thing we know about like the crits is that there's not going to be surprising bonus damage. If it's not more than half, we know it's not going to KO next turn. So Pachirisu is going to come in on that Super Fang, and then Klefki is going to just go and heal up because Klefki's kind of shut down right now. Can't even use Substitute anymore, so there's a withdraw into Kangaskhan, and what do we have? So Meowstic's going to just keep Quick Guarding, going to keep it safe from like Thunder Wave, Swagger, whatever, no threat for the Substitute, and there's a Swagger getting blocked right there. Hydreigon's going to go for another Heat Wave, but I mean it's working, it's getting that sweep onto Klefki, a lot of damage onto Kangaskhan, and yeah, so my guess is that this guy has to be timid, that if you're running the item that makes a crit, you need to have as much speed as possible, and you're going to be using Meowstic to try and keep the speed threat up really high. So Pachirisu comes back in. Follow Me isn't really going to do much because of the Heat Wave. Kangaskhan is kind of a threat right now, but I mean with Quick Guard, it's going to make it where Sucker Punch isn't going to work. Pachirisu using Protect. My guess, you know, you're pretty much going to have to go for... Ooh, no, just... Eats up the Fake Out, actually. Oh, and Hydreigon, that's going to be dropped right there. So yeah, Pachirisu did not go for the Quick Guard on that Fake Out, it seems, and went for the Charm instead. So now Kangaskhan is going to have less impact overall, but not the best situation because, you know, Hydreigon's down. Hydreigon did score KO, get a lot of damage on, and now we have Drifblim coming in. So Pachirisu is going to withdraw. Probably because they can't really do anything. And go into Ferrothorn, and now we're going to see that we have Drifblim. What's Drifblim going to be going for? Anything offensive. Sucker Punch lands, that means Drifblim's going for some attack. There's that weakness policy Drifblim that we've been seeing every once in a while. So that means Unburden Boost is going to boost its speed. It also has the boost to special attack. This could get interesting. And then because of the Charm, Kangaskhan is not going to be dealing much at all. So even with that Sucker Punch being super effective, you know, would have Drifblim had a good chance of surviving. Goes for the Shadow Ball into Ferrothorn. Doesn't get a lot of damage, but Kangaskhan doesn't really have too many options. Quick Guard means Sucker Punch isn't going to work out, and all that. So Ferrothorn's going for the Protect. Pachirisu on that switch. Drifblim, not really sure what could happen here. Ooh, Meowstic setting up that Yawn. That Yawn, though, is going to work out really well. And then Drifblim going for the Minimize. So now Drifblim is at the +2 on special attack, has a good amount of evasion, and Meowstic is just going to kind of charm whatever, anticipating switches on that Pachirisu. Pachirisu looks like he's just going to stay in there, fall asleep. Drifblim's going to get a little extra Minimize to make sure nothing is going to happen to it. And we're looking good. So, Nuzzle still lands on a Drifblim. Not really too much damage. Critical hit. Does 20 damage on that. Now Drifblim's paralyzed, so bit slower right now. And Power Whip is going to do some damage on the Meowstic. And fades the sub. So Meowstic's finally out of that substitute. This battle's kind of taken a little bit of time, huh? So Withdraw on the Pachirisu. In comes Mega Kangaskhan. And I think the big threat is going to be like trying to take out the Ferrothorn in the end, because it's just going to be so durable. So Meowstic, there it is. There's that charm. Understanding, well, something's going to have to switch or something at some point. And Ferrothorn. Not going to do too much. You know, it got its attack drop. Power Whip is now slightly less effective. Leech Seed is going to come in, so now Ferrothorn has that sustain. Meowstic going to be taking a decent amount of health. And now Drifblim. Yeah, it's going to be up to that, like, Kangaskhan and the Drifblim matchup. So there's the Quick Guard. My guess is, like, Kangaskhan has Fake Out. Quick Guard's going to protect that. Return, Sucker Punch, maybe even Earthquake. So Kangaskhan doesn't really have anything against the Drifblim because of that Quick Guard. So I guess that's what, I don't even know anymore. I thought the opponent would try to, like, Power Whip, get Meowstic off the field as quickly as possible, try to remove that Quick Guard threat. And Drifblim didn't really do too much. Because, yeah. So Meowstic going for that Yawn. Drifblim with all that minimized, not going to have any problems. And Shadow Ball is going to hit Ferrothorn. But Ferrothorn, even after that critical hit, you know, it's not too insane. Because Ferrothorn is a very tanky Pokemon, Drifblim not being known for being incredibly offensive. But yeah, now Meowstic, severe threat of getting knocked out. That Gyro Ball and Leech Seed doing a lot. And Ferrothorn is also sitting on Protect, so there could be an outplay. Actually, withdraws Kangaskhan, doesn't want to go into sleep. Pachirisu ends up coming in. That Pokemon's already asleep. And Meowstic uses Charm, so actually Ferrothorn not going on the Protect. Was there an interesting prediction set up here? So Drifblim's going to Shadow Ball. Actually, no, Ferrothorn's just going to go down for that one. I don't know, like, how that turn could have gone differently. Because, like, we know Ferrothorn's on the Protect. But it's going to go down eventually, and Kangaskhan's just kind of shut down to, like, all of the shenanigans that Meowstic brings, just because Drifblim's there as well. So now Pachirisu is still asleep. My guess is that Drifblim doesn't have any other offensive moves, maybe? Now we know Kangaskhan's going to have to go down. There's the Facade. So not a return, just Facade for all that burn potential. And now we have Tangrowth coming in on top of Drifblim and all those crazy things. Drifblim's paralyzed. Probably doesn't get to secure that Shadow Ball KO onto Pachirisu. And then Kangaskhan's going to go to sleep after this. So Tangrowth protects. Knows that it's going to be pretty safe once Kangaskhan goes to sleep. Sucker Punch is going to not do anything for the turn. And then Pachirisu's still asleep. So do we see the Drifblim? Oh, Drifblim's going for the Stockpile. Knows that the game might drag on a little. Let's see, we have Minimize, Stockpile, Shadow Ball. Kangaskhan is asleep. So, I mean, Kangaskhan's a real threat to get rid of. Because I don't think that Drifblim really has much ways of handling it. We haven't seen any offenses other than Shadow Ball. So, Tangrowth with the Psych Up. Never mind. This thing's going to be unstoppable now. Drifblim gets paralyzed again, but Tangrowth has a lot of Minimize, has a lot of defenses. Sucker Punch going to come in. Tangrowth avoids it. Pachirisu wakes up. There's the Nuzzle. Tangrowth avoids it, and then goes for the Giga Drain onto Kangaskhan, and goes for the KO right there. So, a lot of damage, and that's going to be game, because then Drifblim throws out the Shadow Ball, and suddenly it just resolved like that. That's Psych Up. Pretty ferocious on a Pokemon that's relatively tanky. So, that was a pretty cool battle. Hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I hope you all get ready for some more Fan Fridays. A little late, trying to pack, trying to get ready for vacation. So we're going to bring up Fan Fridays, and I hope you all have a nice day.